What's up, YouTube? Timu here. Now, now here's my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films that comes out this week, whether it be in theaters, streaming, etc. All right. Now, the big one that just came out this week, which I actually just saw, gonna do my review pretty soon. And that is of course Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part One. Of course, Part Two comes out next year, which I'm really interested to see how that's gonna be. Once again, you got Tom Cruise coming back as Ethan Hunt, where him and the IMF team must track down a terrifying new weapon that drains all of humanity if it falls in the wrong hands. Of course, you got some newcomers like Pom Clemente, Haley Atwell, returning cast members like Rebecca Ferguson, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg. Long story short, Dead Reckoning Part 1 was pretty good. You know, I'm not like the world's biggest Mission Possible guy, but I really do I like the franchise. Uh, but yeah, Dead Reckoning Part One, I admit, was too long this show. They could cut down some parts, but it was still a pretty good film. Really well worth a watch. So keep your eye out for my review when I do it. All right. Also out, we got Psychopath Providence, which is an anime series which is an anime film based on an anime series. Tasamori, chief inspector of the Criminal Investigation Department, investigates the death of a professor whose research papers could shake Japan's government and the Silbai system to the core. And I have not really watched the anime series, so I can't really comment on that. But I just saw the preview for this, and the animation does look cool and everything. It definitely has a cool premise. I don't know if I'm too excited for it because I don't have too much knowledge of the show, so I don't know. But it could be interesting, I guess. This would probably be pretty good for the fans, but you know what? Say what you want about anime films and everything. They do have a fan base, and they do make some pretty good dough. Like the Dragon Ball movies are pretty well. The that how to think train. That train thing, Mugen Train, I think it's called. That's done pretty well. So yeah, they do make some. They definitely do have a fan base, and they do make some pretty good stuff. So, all right. Also, we got a movie called Theater Cat. As summer rolls around again, kids are gathering from all over 210 on Ron's ACTS, a scrappy theater camp in upstate New York that's a haven for budding performers. After its formidable founder, Joan falls into a coma, her clueless crypto bro son, Troy, is tasked with keeping the thespian paradise running. With fictional ruin looming, Troy must join forces with Amos, Rebecca Diane, and their band of eccentric teachers and students to come up with a solution before a curtain rises on opening night. The film is co-directed by Molly Gordon, who also just had a guest spot on the Bear season 2. Other cast members also includes Noah Galvin, Ben Platt, Jimmy Tatro, Patty Harrison, the Bear actress Ayo DeBerry, who was just nominated for an Emmy, Amy Sedaris, and I thought the trailer for this looks really interesting. Looks pretty cute, charming. I like the cast members involved, so I'm gonna try to check this one out when it premieres. All right. We also got Bird Box Barcelona coming to Netflix. After a mysterious force decimates the world's population, Sebastian must navigate his own survival journey through the desolate streets of Barcelona. Now, this is actually a sequel to Bird Box 2018, which was pretty cool. Very weird and everything. But I thought Bird Box was really intriguing. So I'm looking forward to see where they're going to take the sequel to. So I think it was a spin off rather than a sequel. But anyway. Also coming to Netflix, we got Love Tactic 2, which I never even seen Love Tactic 1. Um, where Osla thinks marriage is a scam and says so, but when her beau, Kareem, unexpectedly agrees, she goes to great lengths to manipulate him into proposing. Yeah, like I said, I never seen the first Love Tactics. So I saw the preview for this. It does could be good, I guess, but doesn't look. I don't mind romantic comedies, by the way, but doesn't look all that great on Creature Man. We also got The Jewel Thief coming to Hulu, which is a documentary about the unbelievable first-hand account of Gerald Blanchard, one of the most creative, calculating, and accomplished criminal masterminds in history. Now that I saw the preview for that one, that looks like be a really interesting documentary to check out. All right, we also got Magic Dragons live in Las Vegas. Of course, a live concert film with Imagine Dragons, which I like Imagine Dragons, so could probably give that one a go. All right, we also got Gray Matter coming to Max. The story centers on Isla and her daughter Aurora, who both possess superhuman abilities. As Isla attempts to train Aurora to navigate abilities, a tragic incident finds Aurora in control of her fate and forces Isla to confront the truth of her past. It stars Mia Isaac with Isabel Ferreira and Garrett Dillahunt. And I saw the preview for this. This actually has a really cool premise. So I'm probably going to want to go when it premieres. All right. Also out coming to Shudder, we got Quicksand, which is a new horror film where an American couple on the brink of divorce travel to Colombia for a work conference. While on a hike through the rainforest, a storm causes them to become trapped in a pit of quicksand. Unable to move, it becomes a struggle for survival as they battle the elements of the jungle and a venomous snake in order to escape. I'm getting a bit of like a Barry vibe here. I mean, maybe a Castaway vibe, but in quicksand. I always do like these like survival based tales, and this looks like it'd be really intriguing to check out. So it could be cool. Alright, also out, we got a movie called The Miracle Club. It stars Maggie Smith, Laura Linney, and Kathy Bates. In it, it's just one dream for the women of Bagar to taste freedom, to win a pilgrimage to sacred French town of Louds with a little benevolent interference from their local priest. A group of close friends get their ticket of a lifetime. And I saw the trailer for this. It looks really decent. You know, you got Kathy Bates, Laura Linney, Maggie Smith is always great. They look pretty decent in this. Looks cute, charming. It could be interesting to check out. All right. We got a couple of horror films premiering this week. We got a horror film coming to VOD called The Abode. In the 1800s, a handsome man named Talico is caught with his wife of a mirrorless pirate known as Redbeard, and Redbeard orders him to be burned alive. Almost 300 years later, Talico's spirit remains, seeking revenge and looking for his lost love. That looks pretty creepy. I mean, definitely it kind of looks like Pirates of the Caribbean meets Paranormal Activity, or maybe Poltergeist. Definitely get a bit of those vibe there. But it could be intriguing to check out. All right. We also got a horror film called The Breach, counting down his last days as chief of police in the tiny town of Lone Crow. John Hawkins must investigate one last case when a mangled body with uncanny wounds washes up on shores of the Porcupine River. And that actually looks pretty creepy too, so that could be a drink. All right, we also got a film called The Flood, which is a crocodile film. Prisoners and guards find themselves in fight for survival when a horde of giant hungry alligators, infests a Louisiana police station during a massive hurricane. It stars Casper Van Dyne, who I love Casper Van Dyne. I mean, Starship Trooper people. Nikki Whelan and Randy Wade. And holy cow, this movie looks bad. I'm like, okay, the shark genre has been played out. So what do we get now? We get alligators here. Hey, I don't mind alligator horror films too. You know, we do need more maybe alligator crocodile horror films. Like we did got Of course, there was Tobe Hooper's iconic movie Alligators. Of course, like Blast is a great one. Most recent, that one, Crawl, that was actually a pretty good one that just got released. There's actually Meth Gator coming to VOD, so that could be cool, I guess. So yeah, we do need more alligator horror films. I mean, I don't know, maybe something like the Meg, both alligators. I guess you could say that's like plastic, but still, this I don't know. This could be good, but it just looks like a low budget film for the Sci-Fi Network. I'm really getting into that film, but anyway. All right, we also got a movie called Final Cut, which is a French film starring French actors Roland Darris and Baroness Bejo. Now, this is actually a zombie comedy that's directed, I cannot never pronounce the name, Mikel Hazanavicius, who, if that name sounds familiar, is because he directed the Oscar-winning movie The Artist. Yeah, The Artist, of course, won tons of awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor. Either I think George Clooney should won that year, but hey, that's a top for another time. So it's very weird that he's not doing another Oscar bait film, but instead he's doing a zombie generic comedy like this. Okay, cool, I guess. Here's what Final Cut is about. A small film crew attempts to shoot a zombie horror movie on a shoestring budget, but they encounter more than the technical difficulties when real zombies suddenly begins attacking them. Now, it also stars Bernice Bajo, who also got an Oscar nomination for The Artist. So, very odd that he has not really done hardly another Oscar film since The Artist, which I still thought like The Descendants should have won that year, believe it or not. But The Artist is still a pretty decent film. But eh, very odd that he hasn't had a success since The Artist got released. So, yeah. All right. We also got a movie called The Channel, which stars Clayne Crawford, who you might remember as Riggs on the Fox series TV reboot Lethal Weapon with Damon Wayans. Of course, he got replaced by Sean Scott, which I'm not going to that much details why. But anyway, the channel also stars Max Martini, who appeared in 50 Shades of Grey. After their bank heist goes wrong, a desperate criminal, his out of control brother, and their motley crew of ex Marines must escape New Orleans and the determined FBI agent who pursues them. And this looks bad. Holy cow, this looks terrible. I mean, I don't know why Clayne Crawford's doing these generic B movie films because he's actually a really good actor. But it is what it is, I guess. Need the money, right? All right. We also got a French movie called Two Tickets to Greece. It tells the story of Blandine and Miguel, who were once inseparable. As their paths cross again, they decide to take the trip together that they have always dreamed of. And the trailer actually looks pretty cute. I mean, I don't really watch much French movies, I admit, but that actually does look like a really cute, charming film. The plane scene, I don't know why, but the plane scene sort of reminds me of that plane scene in the recent George Clooney, Julia Roberts film, Two Tickets to Paradise, something like that. So, yeah, there's that. But could be interesting to check it out. I mean, it looks like a French version of, I don't know, Notting Hill. I'm definitely getting that vibe here, but anyway. All right, we also got an action movie called The Modelizer. A Hong Kong tycoon bachelor who only dates models meets his match when he stumbles across a Brazilian model who refuses to play by his rules, and ends up not only falling for her, but also discovering the meaning of love along the way. Now, I don't know any of these actors in this, but this is directed by Keanu Waxman, who directed the iconic Steven Seagal movies Absolution and Maximum Conviction and Cartel. So, no Steven Seagal on site, which I think he retired. I would really either he retired or people stopped casting him and stuff. But anyway, and surprise, surprise, this movie looks terrible. I'm surprised Steven Seagal ain't even in this film. This definitely feels like a Steven Seagal movie here, but Yeah, I believe he also directed a movie with John Claude Van Damme, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there, but yeah, this looks like a really bad B action movie. So yeah, and I do like Steven Seagal films. Not every one of his movies were the best, but Steven Seagal movies have always been fun. And although the films he directed Seagal in weren't great, but still. All right. We also got something called Belle, where Belle works on a family farm and cares for her father after he falls severely ill here. So yeah, I mean, could be interesting to check out there. All right, now we also got a couple of documentaries also premiering. We got a movie called Black Guys, exploring the history of black hockey players from the creation of Canada's colored hockey league to their inclusion into the NHL, highlighting their often overlooked and marginalized contributions to the game. Now, I saw the preview for that. That looks like it'd be really intriguing. So definitely feels like an Oscar contender for best documentary. So could be interesting to check out. And we also got another documentary, another sports. Oh no, it's not. The name kind of sounds like a sports film, but anyway, a Lakota Nation versus the U.S. really do sound like a sport film, but the Lakota people fight to reclaim their scarred land and protect it from the government and corporate interests. So that could be an interesting documentary to check out there. Now we also got some TV shows premiering too. Like we got the After Party season 3, Country Apple, which I really liked the first season. Did I say season 3? I meant to say season 2. My bad. Uh, we also got Survival of the Dickness, which stars Michelle Boto, I think her name is. Now, if you guys don't know much about Survival of the Dickness, let me tell you the synopsis here. Mavis Bowman is a plus size black woman, is newly single, and finds herself having to rebuild after struggling her life as a struggling stylist. Now, Michelle Bateau, yeah, I think that's it. That's how you pronounce his name. You also got Tone Bell is also in this. He's a pretty funny guy. Now, Michelle actually has appeared I believe this is like her first major starring vehicle. Like I know she appeared in stuff like that J Lo movie "Marry Me." Um, she's appeared in some other stuff here and there. Let me pull for some of her credits. She also starred on that BT Plus series, The First Wives Club, The Circle. So yeah, and she's actually a pretty funny comic too. So I'm intrigued. Like this could be interesting. Either I did not care much for the trailers, but could be I guess it could be interesting. Check out, but we'll see. I mean, I've been hearing some okay stuff about. Hey, last but not least, we got the summer I turned pretty, and the first season I thought was excellent. Like it was really cute, charming. Definitely has a bit of a Never Have I Ever vibe there. So I'm intrigued to see where they're gonna take season 2 at. So it could be interesting. But that is pretty much it there. Let me leave you guys. Which of these films and shows are you interested in? Are you interested in Mission Possible directing Part 1, Theater Camp, The After Party Season 2? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Henry signing out.